They're 750 feet apart at the center line. So wingtip to wingtip, you're talking less than 600 feet sometimes, but depending on the type of airplanes. And we do get the occasional pilot, I would say once every couple of weeks, who hasn't flown into SFO in a long time, or maybe it's their first time, and they'll question it. They'll say, hey, is this guy lined up for the left? Is this guy supposed to be this close to us? Right. Or pilots think that we're not supposed to have you wingtip to wingtip, that we're supposed to have some kind of stagger where one's ahead of the other.
Yeah.
Right.
And, you know, we're not flying the plane. So the answer from us is always, I mean, if you ask me, is that guy lined up for the left? I will call out to the other pilot and say, hey, verify you're lined up for the ILS to a left, right? Just to cover our butts, make sure that, you know, maybe I don't see him on radar that far out, or I don't have precision equipment, you know, just in case maybe he scooted over. We're doing visuals. Obviously, we're only allowed to put the airplanes paired up like that when the conditions are visual. We do have the closely spaced parallel ILSs, but then you're required a mile stagger within that pair, and you can't get closer than that. If you lose that mile, you have to send somebody around.
Yeah.
So that's a common one where the pilots think somebody has screwed up to put the planes that close. The reality is, if we're landing to the west and departing to the north, we actually want you to land holding hands, because you're going to go through the runways at the same time, and we could depart north behind you before the next pair gets here, because depending on the winds and everything, it can be really tight. And I can't clear both planes for takeoff at the same time. I have to talk to one, get the response, then I have to talk to the other, get a response. And again, depending on the exact timing of it, it can be really, really tight. Half a second of delay when you have a trainee or when you're distracted, you know, makes the difference.